Welcome to the AR-15 podcast. This show is for you if you just bought your first rifle or you've been building them for years. There's something we can all do to take our black rifles to the next level. My name is Nick Dooley. I am joined tonight by our director of propaganda, Joe.
Evening, everybody.
And again, we have
Volume
Mark.
maximum.
Hi, why does it sound like you're yelling from 10 miles away?
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing, Dooley. your mic's not working right. I was checking my speaker to make sure it wasn't me first.
I was
But
too. I was like,
if
what
Garth's got an issue, then I'm going with it's you.
Well, we could see. I think this
That's
may have.
better.
That's way better.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Garth sounds messed up too, so I think StreamYard messed with everybody's mic settings.
Oh, cool.
Well, the music came across good on mine.
yeah.
So
I'll check. How about now? I don't know. Anyway, we're here.
There we go. Now it's fixed.
Cool. We're all good now.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Yeah. No, so those things happen because lovely technologies. Yeah. Gentlemen, how we doing?
doing good, staying warm for the most part. We
Yeah,
were in Sioux Falls. We were in Sioux Falls yesterday. It was like 1 degree, 0 degrees when we left, but it warmed up as we got home. So it's actually pretty nice out right now.
Yeah,
About freezing, so.
Of course, we missed a week last week with Thanksgiving, and so in the last 2 weeks or so, anybody do anything fun with guns?
I did. Oh, well, I went around town looking for subsonic for my 300 blackout for that Hellbreaker. Unfortunately, other than the Hornady that I know to run, I was only able to find 200 grain Winchester and I think 220 Federals. So Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, I went out to the range quick while just was getting food and stuff ready to see if it would cycle, just to see if last time out was a fluke or I'm trying to find a relatively inexpensive ammo for range ammo on it. So I loaded up those 220 round boxes, one into each mag, and went out and I shot the 200 grain first with no issues at all. I think I tapped the forward assist right away, but no issues there. Lock back and everything, and then I switched over to the 220s, and it didn't seat correctly. Took a little bit of force to charge it back, but that was releasing it off the slide lock. Just hitting the bolt release. So with a full range engine releasing it, it ran again with no issues. So I want to find some cheap stuff online somewhere and just like order 100 rounds to see if it'll run. Or like you said, Nick, just sit down, order the brass and bullets. And though I don't think my biggest turnoff on doing that is then I have to pick up brass, and I hate picking up brass.
We could just order a lot of brass.
Yeah, but the math doesn't math out if you only reload it one time. You barely save a nickel. Now, if you continuously reuse that brass case, you can get it cheaper. So,
100%. That is a thing, but I just know how much it costs sometimes to not.
I was looking at pricing it out, and it's not too much cheaper than what I can.
Because I found right now, I found it for 49 cents a round.
For like to build your own or actual
220.
Some range brass.
I will throw this in the private chat. But
yeah, I was looking at. You can get some pretty decent prices for the components on Gunbroker. A lot of pretty much cheaper than some of the retail online stores. So I was looking at that, trying to do the math, looking at a few different loads that are available out there. And the big one was, I mean, everybody's running Starline and Berries. It seems Starline Brass and then Berries 220. So there's a lot of loads out there. It would just be figuring out which one the gun wants to run on. So
Yeah, this is stuff I found. I think it's Brass Kisses. It's 220 grain.
Yeah, I just want something for, to play with, to take out and not have to worry about going broke. I mean, yeah, it'd be awesome. I mean, if it was a point where hey, it's this is what I'm going to take to war with me or something. Yeah, those 220 Hornet A's would all day long, but it's what it is. I did find out, and I should have known just by looking at it, that the regular Mark IV pistol, Ruger Mark IV, and the 45-22 version are not the same mags, which is a bummer because I already had some. But
nope,
should have pulled the trigger on some for Facebook or Black Friday. There was a few on sale. I should have just ordered a bunch, but I'll worry about it.
And the Enganine Uper on the Rumble put a Rumble rant in and said hashtag vote Gundy Awards now and hashtag podcast merch.
Yeah, he placed his order today, and I didn't do the final count, but I want to say like there was 12 or 15. He's getting a lot of hats. So yeah, we have that. That's always fun. But yeah, please guys, go vote us for the Gundies because we can't win without you.
Indeed. But I kind of interrupted Joe there with his tales.
I think I was done. I said I was just looking at the Ruger stuff on Black Friday. I should have pulled the trigger on some eggs, but I'm sure I can get them cheaper at another time.
Yeah, I know that Jim Rollis asked what barrel length. I presume he's talking about your 300 Blackout, and that's your integrally suppressed.
Yeah, it's the 9.5 inch with the pinned and welded Yankee Hill resonator. So comes out, I think, 216 inches. I haven't measured the actual with that on there. But
2.
Is it
something like that? It's just like right at. Garth, did you do anything fun?
Not shooting wise, but I have been doing some gun stuff. I ordered in a whole bunch of G-code holsters, the soft shell ones, and I've been putting those together for my belt. Well, I don't know what the exact brand, but they're like, yeah, they're G-codes. Yeah, they are. For my mags, not my holsters. Sorry, mag pouches. I could see the confusion on your face, and I was like, we're not competing here. Okay, yes, sorry. Mag pouches, not holsters. Haha, there it is. So I've been setting up my belt with that stuff. Went over to South Dakota Arms today. Saw Clint and the boys over there, and dropped off some furniture for my PCC SBR that I'll be putting together here once I, make the things happen next year. So I can run a PCC SBR for competition. And of course, if you haven't guessed by now, because I'm a bright color guy, I went with pink furniture on my PCC because why not?
We know you hail from a colorful people.
I am. I'm very colorful, yes. And then also, since Nick is like eagle eye on all things related guns, he sent me a link for the Magpul for the Ruger RXM. They finally released their full-size grip module, so I ordered one of those and got that and put that together today. And minus the little pins and the catch for the slide release, it wasn't too terrible hard to put together. So now I have a full-size Ruger RXM in black, all black, and it's fantastic. It feels great in the hands. I can't wait to go out and actually shoot it because, well, I know everyone's like, oh, it's just another Glock, but the fact that you can drop out your FCU and change it that easy. It's not as easy as a SIG, but it still fairly simple process to do. So that's kind of neat.
Well, I'm gonna say it's definitely better than a Glock because they're still in production.
Yeah. So no, it's a neat gun, and then, yeah, Nick and I have a class we're going to teach on Saturday, so looking forward to that.
John R. 71 asked if anyone was making a steel grip module yet, and I don't know about steel, but Icarus Precision is making them. I know we shot those at Zombies, or and I think Joe, we might have shot them again, or a metal framed one at GunCon as well. So I know I've handled a couple of them.
Yeah,
but
I don't think it was
prepared to spend money.
Yeah, it's $300-400 for one, but
yeah. So I mean, the metal frame would be awesome too, but that one cost me $40 some or whatever. I can't remember the exact price amount. It was under 50, I think.
Yeah, and I think you actually got that before or like within a date of the actual news release happening.
Yeah. So
like you got that right away. See, Dutch Walker just sent a Rumble rant through. I mistakenly bought a side charge upper, but now I'm inspired to turn my 338 arc that one cycle subs, even lightweight buffers and adjustable gas block into a bolt action AR. Dumb or fun fix? I say it's a fun fix. If you're gonna run, if you're shooting sub 338 arc and can't get it to cycle, that hey, side charge it, make it run, man. It works great. If it works, it works, and you won't have to break contact as much to run it. So I could see it being a net positive. Yeah, have fun with it. Get down with your bad self.
Do it to it. What about you, Nick? Anything fun in guns?
Oh, you know me. I'm always up to something. I did go out and did a little bit of shooting with my new M&P metal. Got that dialed in, taking it on a couple of range trips now, and it's shooting very well. I still shoot my 320s more accurately, but even with talking to everybody and watching different videos and the like, a lot of people have problems with precision accuracy out of M&Ps, even the 2.0s. Like, they've gotten better than the first gens were, but that's why Apex barrels are such a commonplace thing, where guys will fit an Apex barrel and wring a little bit more accuracy out of them. But for class and 3-gun, it is more than adequate for what we're doing. And
I was going to say, they're not exactly built to be bullseye guns. You can hit a silhouette. That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, and I was running through. I think I sent you some stuff, Joe. I did the dope drill, and was like at a 5 or 6 hit factor. And I'm going, hey, that works. Like the cold dope drill was better than my practiced one with the Echelon, but the gun was also not trying to eat my hand. So
yeah,
I did that. I did go out and whack another deer, and shot a doe. Just came back, and actually that was somebody wanted guy I work with didn't get any deer tags this year, and we had several, so he asked if I had an extra tag, if I wouldn't mind shooting him a deer. He said, I don't care, doe, whatever, and went out. So we shot the old 6.5 Creedmoor and got him a doe and used that AR. So all of my hunting ARs, except for my 308, took deer this year, because both the 300 Blackouts did, my 6.5 Creedmoor did, and I didn't take the 308 out to do anything. And then getting prepped to teach a class this weekend, and some stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of been going through, going to try and hit the range tomorrow because I will have time and take some stuff out. I know I'd done some optics mount changes a while ago, so I have all those zeroed and everything's back in order. So pretty much just normal maintenance, working on stuff, a little bit of gunsmithing here and there, other random things that are normal to me.
I might have to jump out for a second. My computer decided to freeze up on me and won't let me turn my volume up. So,
Oh, all right.
I'll be back.
Fair enough. But no, so been doing some of that stuff and just kind of pushing through, getting everything else done. You know, working with holster things, getting kind of stuff set up, but
Yeah, I've got to go through all that stuff at some point, reorganize all my mags and holsters and belts and just get that stuff set up. Kind of watching some of the local, well, not local, but local for what we have for range or clubs around here. See if any of them are going to run any matches on warmer weekends that I'm free. So maybe try out some other stuff. Figure out how
I know that I will be probably not shooting any matches until April-ish. So just because my dance card's going to fill up real soon and go with that. But got enough stuff going on between now and then to kind of push through the rest. So that'll be handy and kind of nice to have. But, you know, with what we're talking about, I know I mentioned teaching a class this weekend, and Dirt Racer over in the Rumble chat says local is not something South Dakota seems to have.
No, nothing is local.
Well, local is a matter of opinion here. That's one of those like, oh yeah, they're my neighbor. They only live 20 miles away. But no, it's you mentioned earlier that the tide has kind of turned here, and to risk a Game of Thrones reference, winter is coming. In fact, I'd say it's here. Like we had our first snow over the weekend, and it's sticking around. And
yeah, it is.
So what does that change for you, Joe, with like what you do in the winter? Like any gear, any considerations? Does it slow down? What
Yeah, it slows down. I mean, I'm not going out and being miserable when it's below freezing or, below zero. It's even to be comfortable. I mean, unless you're going to do it in short stints, it's hard to keep training outdoors because you're bundled up. So your butt placement on a rifle is in a different spot. You're geared up. You've got different layers of clothing on. So, I mean, about everything becomes different. I'm not a fan of shooting in gloves, though. If anybody's got a good set of cold weather gloves, like the military says by regulation, you're supposed to have gloves anytime firing a rifle. None of us do. Stupid.
So
I would take one though. I would wear them though in the cold because.
So when you mentioned that, I know that when I go through here, some of this is going to sound like I actually got excited today because I found out a company whose gear I've been using a lot now makes a cold weather training bib. But there is a company called Victos.
Okay.
Victos has been around for a long time, or been around for a couple years, and they have my absolute favorite cold weather shooting glove. And again, we don't get any sort of money from them or anything like that. But right here, this exact model that I have on screen, because they do make a 3X that is true to size, so it fits my giant meat hook hands. But these are an insulated glove, but they still have you can run a phone and everything like that with them. They're a leather palm that's still thin and dexterous, kind of like a mechanic's glove, but they're insulated. And like when I teach classes in the winter, this is the glove I wear.
No, I've seen him wear them a lot.
And that, that's the glove that I'm wearing anytime I'm out teaching in the cold. And like when I'm training or anything like that, I found them like I can still do all of my manipulations. They have enough grip, and they're not overly thick. Honestly, they don't even really change up my hand position that much.
Yeah. I've got to get a decent pair of winter shooting gloves. Like I said, I don't own any shooting gloves at all because I don't run them any. But just to go out, even if it is a quick half-hour range. Yeah,
and these are $45. So I mean, they're not the $15, mechanics gloves, but you can get them in a variety of colors if you want the, multicam black and
all the cool stuff,
all the cool guy stuff. But I love these. I think I have 3 or 4 pairs of them, and I have those. And the nice thing is, if you need to, you can wear a set of like mechanics gloves over them or under them if it's really cold out, which I have also done before. When it's like -13 and I'm teaching a class.
Yeah. Tin Man says Mitchell Defense has some that aren't maybe winter rated, but it's not even so much what they're rated at. It's just I want something that I can shoot in, but keep the wind off my hands. Yeah. That's what really gets bad.
Well, and that's why I like those so much is they have that, the insulation is only on the backside.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense. It's still like that real thin, like lambskin, like leather that's, very tactile and almost feels like you're not actually having a glove on. And they're really good. I've really liked those. The other thing I'll say is there's 2 other, like, not so much to do product placement. But now is the time of year when I run chest rigs. Instead of like my belt. If I'm doing anything with an AR or a rifle. So like I have, when you're running with body armor or something, you kind of change where everything sits in the pocket by your shoulder. So it can be very similar, but I still go out and practice so I don't stay, just because I enjoy it. And even if it's cold out. But now's the time of year where I will be more apt to wear a chest rig. And like I have a split chest rig that I wear for doing some Army stuff that I really kind of prefer running that style just because it's still allows me to get down on the prone and everything. But now's when the temps are cold, because it's a little bit harder to get down into your belt and get those draws and everything, is when I would run my chest rig, mainly for that draw stroke so that it's all kind of easy to get at. But I also know that I'm kind of the rarity in that enjoys training in the cold or tries to train all the time.
I don't mind going out on the nicer days, but yeah, I guess Saturday we're gonna have a choice. I don't know. I haven't even looked at the weather for Saturday to see what's gonna be like.
I think it's supposed to get stupid out. I don't know about cold, but just not pleasant.
Right now it's forecasted between 1 and 2 inches of snow and 25 degrees.
Awesome. So it'll be like the last time you came out to the farm and did the class. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Perfect. Can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it.
I mean, I've already got people coming up and like, so I'm kind of freaked out about taking the class. I'm like, why? Well, it's just I don't want to fail it. Why? Like, okay.
Are you planning on shooting yourself or something? It's
Well,
a
yeah, I
hard
was like,
class.
what do you think we do with these classes? I'm like, you see that wall over there? It's like 7 yards away. Yeah, that's about as far as we'll shoot. Oh, thank God. So I don't know what.
Well, I can tell you this. I don't know who's talking to you, but I know who's signed up, and it's not that many.
Well, I'll have to talk about this afterwards then, because they told me they had at least 10.
Yeah, not even close.
Okay, well, all right.
But
We'll talk about this after.
no, those things are rolling through, but it's and going through that. The other thing I will say for cold weather is, so I run a blue alpha or a blue alpha gear belt, right? Double belt rig. I've run them. I've ran the same belt forever, and they really missed an opportunity to call something they make the because they make pads for the inside of your belt that go on to your outer belt that Velcro into place, and then they give it something that it still grips onto you, but it doesn't use the Velcro, so you can just put that around your body. And if you're wearing or if you're training it's like, hey, it's really cold out. I want to wear my bibs, but still do stuff. You can actually put the belt pad on. And I still say that they missed a giant opportunity to call that the maxi pad.
Well, you should get all their marketing.
Oh, I've tried. I've talked to them, and they laugh, and they're like, that would be cool. But
yeah. No, I totally get that. Maybe I missed it when I was off the air, but what do you guys run for boots? Because I've always had an issue about keeping my feet warm when training.
My feet get cold in about anything. That's one of the other reasons I don't like to shoot, is anything that's gonna keep you warm is probably not anything you can move in. And I'm a big believer in what I compete in, whether it's shooting, darts, whatever. I wear the same footwear because you change your footwear, your heel, stuff like that. It changes your whole body mechanic. If I'm going to the range in the winter, I'm probably just going to bring my moon boots to keep my feet warm, and it's just going to be static shooting.
Yeah.
I'm not looking to really work on any accelerator, decelerator, left, right, lateral movements. Maybe it's going to be transitions from a cold spot, more like steel challenge, because my feet get cold. The best thing I've ever found were the bunny boots, the old Philip Air pilot boots that you used to be able to buy for like $10 at surplus stores. I think they've gone up a lot, but that was something we learned back ice fishing when I was little, man. It keeps your feet off the ground, keeps your feet off the ice. It keeps them warm. It helps to keep them warm because you're not losing that cold. But yeah, anything that's going to keep you warm is nothing tactical, in my opinion. I mean, maybe you get a boot, but
I have a couple different pairs, depending upon temperature. If it's like 10 degrees below zero, I'm pulling out my like bogs or insulated muck, the Noble, like they're a snow boot that's a super low temp rated. Bogs or Nobles or anything like that, and I run those. I have a couple pair of Sarls that I've run as well, that are the big heavy, like you're gonna go sit somewhere, trump through a bunch of snow. They're gonna keep you warm, but they're not something you move really fast in. Beyond that, I have what I would call intermediate weather. So what I will wear down to about zero is I see that in John R in the Rumble chat says Noble is what I wear. That's actually what I have now, just because like some companies change their sizing conventions, and then I have to find a different brand that's big enough. But Noble's what I have. They sell those at Runnings here, and those are really good and really warm. Like, I don't know how my wife wears hers at work all day.
Oh,
because I would be like dying. But I will say wool socks. I wear wool socks pretty much year round, or I try to. And wool will keep like 80% of its heating even when it's wet. So,
and it wicks.
Yep,
Wicks
it pulls the
moisture.
It pulls the moisture away from you. And even if it gets wet, it still retains its insulation factor, unlike cotton. So cotton socks are terrible in cold weather. Like, and the Fruit of the Loom or Hanes athletic socks. But beyond that, it's like wool socks year round is what I prefer to do. And then I actually have a pair of insulated Under Armour boots that are like, they're be worn in uniform. And I picked them up, primarily as a training boot, and for doing classes and stuff like that. I know I've worn them in other winter classes that I've taken and that I've taught, and they have the grip and they're insulated, but they're not a heavy insulated boot, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And then they still just feel like a combat boot to my feet, and they are not the best on snow and ice because they're typical military stuff where you hit ice and go
hard and soul.
Zing. And yep. Let's see, Dr. Scary Guy. All normie socks are shitty polyester spandex now. I think I'm just going to start wearing surplus boot socks. But no, I have a set of that. Before I had the Under Armour, I used to rock a pair of Danner intermediate weather boots. That again I picked up to wear in uniform, and they just transitioned into cold weather training boots because I don't go out and do that stuff as much in the cold anymore.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm with John. Actually, I'm kind of an area cowboy boot guy during the winter until it gets really cold out, and then Nick, I think you're the one that turned me on to those Under Armour boots because I have a pair of those, and that's what I'll be rocking Saturday. Hopefully, they keep me nice and dry. But I was also looking at these Victos. Which ones are they? The Johnny Combat winter boot. These are pretty comfortable. No, you don't like them?
No, those are not cold weather boots at all.
Oh man, they were selling it like it was. So,
well, they may have changed them, but the Johnny Combat boots are more or less like when they first came out. They were essentially Chuck Taylors.
Well, they say insulated keeps feet warm down to negative 55 degrees.
Yeah, they've never wore anything at negative 55.
That's true, but honestly, if it's negative 55, I'm not going outside.
Oh, I see. They do have a winter boot.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, I was like, the original one was definitely not that.
No, the winter boot looks pretty nice actually. Just because I've always, like Joe said, I'm one of those guys that trains in one pair of shoes. Like if I'm throwing darts, I got to have my Skechers on.
Yep.
And if I go competition during the summer, it's probably going to be a pair of Skechers shoes. Are they the most reliable? No. But am I going to go put cleats on and go running? No, because I'm not going to run that fast.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely one. I am a big proponent of training what you're gonna wear. Get used to, especially in like the USPSA, the action shooting, the 3-gun. Get used to what your foot does when you set it on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't train in what you're gonna wear to the match, and you get to the match and you can't get your footing, it's because you didn't know. So I'm big on that. And yeah, I've got my actual hunting boots are a pair of Rockies. I think they're 400 Thinsulate. They're nothing. I'm not going to go sit in a stand with them on. I'm going to get cold, but they keep my feet warm if I need to be moving. And that's, I think, the problem with and I'm not going to, like I said, outdoors, there's ice or snow. I'm not going to practice movements when I may fall with a loaded firearm, It's just not something I'm about to put myself under. So I will go out, like you said, if it's nice out, you get that. And that is one thing, like here in Pierre, it can be 10 degrees below zero tonight. And tomorrow morning or tomorrow afternoon, it might hit 40. And that's not a bad, if the sun's out, going out and shooting, and that isn't that bad.
No.
But
yeah. And that's one of those where I've had to do it in so many different temps that I just kind of got used to it.
mm-hmm.
And I am a glutton for punishment, if nothing else, too, where like, no, I'm just going to go out and shoot because I need to get some rounds down. And then, like for me, I tear through boots so fast that I am the lone outlier here that does not wear the same pair of shoes to every match, because I am an Ariat cowboy boot year-round kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then and I'm like, oh, wait, we're going to a match. I better put something on that's got some grip, and change over to like either my hiking boots or, something like that. But those generally only last me a year because apparently I'm hard on my feet. So
I did find a nice pair of Twisted X ankle high boots the other day, and I've been wearing those for the last couple of days. I really like those, so I might try to switch over to those for competition next year just to have a little bit more grip, because a little traction would be okay.
Yeah. But then you have to remember them.
Well, that, and then I could wear shorts with them, but then I'd look like the South Africans. So,
I mean, you saw me wearing hiking boots and shorts.
Oh man, that just totally reminded me. By the way, our buddy Clint, he said if we wanted to get some votes for the Gundy Awards, I think he said the exact words were Nick should do a show shirtless in his Ranger panties with cowboy boots on. The entire show.
I could definitely do that.
So that was just from Clint. He just wanted to know that.
Yeah. Well, it's because he has he's seen me in that a number of times.
He's seen some things.
He's seen some, having flashbacks.
Shooting competitions are interesting places in the military. But no, so you guys, like when we go through this, is there anything else that you guys kind of look at for? So I know I said I was excited to see this, these bibs these guys have now, a waterproof training bib and insulated waterproof. Actually, is it insulated? That they're coming out with, reinforced over the knee so you can actually put a knee pad in it, and thigh cargos with rifle mag pockets and pass-throughs. These are pretty awesome. Just because some of that keeping dry and the wind off of you is such an issue sometimes.
I think it's stay dry and stay. If you can keep the wind off, that's the number one priority.
So if you look here, like this is, I mean, yeah, he's wearing a t-shirt in this, but when you do your photo shoot in September, but I do have Victos down coat as well that has the supposedly built in kind of mag holders on the chest piece, and they work really great for hockey games because I can fit my coffee cup in it and still have my hands free.
Mm-hmm.
But something like this, where keeping that wind and rain off of you, I think is still a great option, especially because you can put your belt on and go through everything and still get some of those reps in, just because you should never stop training.
No, I actually really like that bib idea. I mean, I've had bibs in the past for work and stuff, but to actually have a tactical set, more or less, because I'm a guy that goes out in jeans and a hoodie during the winter because I'm large, so I'm warm all the time in that regard. So, to have that would be handy to have, because usually when I have the hoodie or jacket on, then I have my belt on. Well, then I have no access to my belt, and so no, that'd be pretty okay to have.
Yeah, and that's just one of those where, going through that. And, kind of the handiest thing about that is, you can go through and then you can still having that belt on the outside, you can still go through and reach down and grab things. You can work on your mag changes from the same spot, so you don't have to run from that chest rig. You can still get to your pistol and draw it, especially when you're drawing from your Klecker Tactical holster. Are you in need of a reliable custom Kydex holster? Klecker Tactical is your one-stop shop using premium USA sourced materials. Klecker Tactical will build you a holster in a variety of styles and colors, along with light and laser options. Whether you're law enforcement, a competitive shooter, or an everyday gun enthusiast, trust that Klecker Tactical, provided every firearm owner has access to top-tier and personalized holsters, as well as quality products you can't find anywhere else. Use the code AR-15 podcast for 10% off at clickertactical.com.
I think a better question is, how do you keep your gun running in the cold? I mean, all the lube will tell you, hey, we tested it to this heat. It's not going to burn up. But keeping it running when you got to have that oil on them and it's, freezing up.
So, that's where, up until I started kind of making my own, Lucas Extreme. That is
the Lucas. Yeah.
Yep.
I haven't had any problems with it, but I don't shoot in the cold as much as you said. But I haven't had any problems when I am running it. But yeah, going back, actually trying to set you up for when we were out in Colorado and we lubed up. Was it a Scar? What do we lube up and throw in the freezer?
Steyr, yeah.
The Steyr, yeah. And threw it in the freezer overnight.
Oh no, that wasn't the Steyr, that was the Jackal.
The Jackal, yeah, okay.
That we dropped a Jackal. We used my
lubed up with shot Racha. Yeah,
with
the shot Racha.
And lubed up took a Jackal apart and lubed it all up and threw it in a negative 32 degree deep freeze. And it sat in there for 36 hours.
Well, at the end, but even like a couple, because you're not gonna be out that long. Even a few hours. Like, I think originally we put it in there, and Sean we went 8, and he went to hockey, and then we came back and pulled it out, and it was frosty. It was frosty. It was going over, but it would still. You could charge it and hear it, and you could tell it was running smooth. You can tell when a gun is not lubed correctly when you rack it.
Yeah. No,
which I think was actually the problem when we pulled it out to begin with. He was like, and then put this, we were even at room temp when we started playing with it, you could hear the difference. And then, yeah, that's a big one is, they always worry about will it overheat and stuff like that, but will it cycle with your lube in the cold?
Yeah, I watched what says heat isn't as hard as running in the cold.
I tell people that all the time. Nobody wants to play in the cold. Everybody's like, I like the cold. I hate the heat. Yeah, liars.
Yeah. Yeah, as the lone guy here who actually does go out and do dumb stuff.
I'm not denying it. I'm fair weather.
Yep. And I just have oh no, let's go do this. But I also know that, growing up hunting and stuff, I've just got used to doing that, where I'm still willing to go out and go coyote hunting on a night like tonight.
Well, I've spent some cold nights out in the dark and no moonlight, no cloud cover, and it's just, cold.
Yeah, tonight with the full moon and the snow cover would be a great night to go out and call coyotes.
Yeah, I think we have different ideas of how we go coyote hunting.
I use night vision and thermals.
I used to use my headlights.
Why does everybody act like you need thermals only to hunt at night, or only use their thermals at night?
You can use it during the day too.
I know you can, but everybody acts like it's a night hunting optic.
Well, the reason being in our area specifically, is a lot of when Primos came out with the Alpha Dog or whatever, the first big Primos call, that the electronic call that everybody got, and I have nothing against them; they're fine.
The boombox looking thing with the 2 speakers and the square. Yeah, I know exactly.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Even the ones that's just or the Fox Pro.
I say they were the
Fox
Pro. The Fox Pro.
Yep.
Yeah, then the Fox Pro Prairie, where they were like $150 and everybody had one.
But the dogs got call savvy to them, so it was because it was oh, hey, every time I hear that noise, I get shot at. I'm not going to go that way.
Mhm.
But at night, I don't get shot at in the dark. So then people started to move through, and it's like, oh, hey, this is starting to get kind of cold. They switched to running thermal at night because it was easier to see, and honestly, for night optics, was a better option, especially 5 years ago, than like the day night optics you could get, which they worked. Like, yeah, they would. You could discern things with them, but they weren't as good as the thermals, but you paid for it. And now you're seeing some of that stuff kind of change in price point. But yeah, you can shoot a thermal during the day.
Mm-hmm.
I just from the, and maybe I'm wrong, but it just seems like the impression I get from a lot of people is it's only for night hunting. It's like, no, you can, you use them. And even then, like, even to say using them at night, yeah, you still have to be able to see something. So going back to,
yeah,
you have to see it before, or you just get a scan with your thermal and then be like, okay, is that the neighbor's dog or is that a coyote? You still have to be able to look at it and see. And that's where, like you said earlier, snow cover with a full moon is awesome, especially if it's fresh snow and it's dead quiet.
Yeah. I mean, like, now I just wear my nods.
Yeah.
And
now I wish I would have had nods 15 years ago, because when I used my Fox Pro 15 years ago, I called it a mountain lion, and I didn't have nods or thermals. And then he was circling the pickup, and then we decided that was enough of that.
but you were in a pickup. You were fine.
We were in the box.
Yeah, you were fine.
Yeah. No, I saw him in person one day. He was a big cat.
My only issue with night hunting with nods is your your view. You lose that peripheral vision, and that's 90% of where I'm picking up stuff. It's not because something's coming straight at me. It's like I see that little bit of movement over here.
You lose your peripheral vision.
Yeah. So
your field of view changes a lot.
I've always been a fan of, and honestly, you don't even need a full moon. A good no sky or no cloud cover, half a moon with fresh white snow is still bright as can be. So
yeah, in the right conditions, you definitely don't need nods, but they do help. No, and you know what else helps? VZ Grips helps you to keep a grip on your firearm. And the unique features of VZ Grips is they're made from a solid block of G10. It's great because it's durable and doesn't get slippery when covered with mud, blood, or sweat. The 7-degree grip angle and a wide variety of textures from mild to extreme, as well as color options and shorty versions are also available. 1911 grips with extreme customizability, standard slim palm swells, thumb notches, safety cuts, bottom profiles, and more. More than 25 textures and 27 colors are available. And there's one coupon code that is good for 15% off all handgun and rifle grips. And that code is AR-15 POD 15. But no, those are so running at night and stuff like that. Again, you get colder at night, but that's where a lot of times people are out sitting in camis and going through. I know that my wife and daughter both have completely not planned it, but have matching camo now. And they're both thrilled that they have the same pattern.
Nice.
That is not how they feel.
I know.
But also it's partly because of, like, I will say this for females, some of the cold weather stuff can be kind of hard to get, especially in the hunting or, tactical side, because they build stuff for guys like me every now and then, and they don't exactly build it for, a woman who has a little bit different proportions. So they have the Cabela's or Bass Pro Shop She line, that's insulated parka, waterproof, and then the waterproof bibs. They have a little bit different styles, so you can tell which one it is because of the cut, but they have the same pattern that's kind of designed for our area. And those are things they run, but that is not conducive to tactical training at all.
No. Yeah, there's a huge difference in what you can use for hunting as opposed to again, tactical training or any sort of training. Because you're looking to get one round off, maybe two, and
as far as just strapping a gun belt on when it was really cold out, one of the most like probably the warmest ones I've ever seen was a gal who had a one-piece snowmobile suit on.
I mean, I've seen that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It was at your place.
Yeah, I know.
and you know, she had that and was strapped on, and had her pistol holstered outside, and she was like, "What? I am warm." And I said, "That is fine."
That's important.
The thing is if you think it's stupid and it doesn't work, or it works, it's not stupid.
Correct.
No, that is definitely, running those things. It's pretty much whatever you have to do to stay warm is, I say, what you should do, because you're probably not sneaking through the trees. Like,
yeah,
I've looked at other stuff, like specifically, some of the, what do they call them, anoraks or something like that. There's one, where's my phone? I looked at specifically that I was thinking about picking up for doing like winter training.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it's a cold weather coat that is very much so designed to have the tactical space, and it has the patches for unit patches on your sleeves and stuff like that. It's the Vulcan jacket, but goes through. It's not the, like most guys aren't wearing, don't need the weird the Cobra hoods with the quarter jacket because they're wearing a plate carrier. Like, yeah, that stuff's cool and you can have it. Like, we can go LARP in it, but realistically, you're probably not going to wear it.
Yeah.
So I don't need to spend $300 for a Cry Cobra hood.
No, there's a lot of stuff out there I always think of, because everyone's like, oh, you got to train, again, wear what you train in and stuff, and so you can go out in the real world. But here's the thing, in a real life situation, you're probably not going to have all that gear with you anyway, unless you're Nick or me or Joe and you carry it all in your pickup. But I mean, a lot of that stuff, it's not. So again, I'll emphasize the idea of train what you're comfortable in, because why spend the money otherwise, I guess. I mean, why spend the thousands of dollars on the top brand stuff to never really to wear it? Because honestly, in a real situation, you're not going to, if you're going out hunting, you're not going to wear a ghillie suit out in this kind of conditions. I mean, you might want to, but it's pointless.
I don't know. Ghillie suits are hot as shit, so I
see. Even if you're throwing it, you're going to have your layer. You're going to be layered. I know I had a set of Cryptek, the over camo, and it was thin as it's basically paper thin, but it was just it was in white. They're white, but it was basically being wore over your insulated clothing.
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I mean, I know we used to do it. We'd go play. You're bundle up in a snowsuit, and you got a white bed sheet, and that's what you're laying out in the middle of the field with. When we used to play stupid games when I was little, and in the dark, it's hard to find that person.
Oh, in the dark, yeah.
Well, even in the daylight, but I mean, we were running around playing kick the can or whatever, and freezing our balls off. But you can make snow camo pretty easy. It's just, what are you doing to stay warm under it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and even kind of what you were saying, like, I love rifles. I prefer to, if I was going to get in a fight, I'd always rather have a rifle than anything else. But that's why I conceal carry everywhere. Like, and that's also one of the things that when I go out and train, I do train with my concealed carry stuff in the winter. And, that's a big part of it. Because anytime you're doing that, you are going through and having that stuff and doing your training. I do think it's important to train year round just so you know how things function.
Mm-hmm.
Because definitely to know how stuff functions, and it's a perishable skill. You take a couple months off in the winter, it's going to deteriorate.
Well, I mean, even just walking around with a jacket or hoodie on, and you have your concealed carry on, all of a sudden it changes how you draw.
It affects your draw stroke.
So, I mean, yeah,
changes what I carry when I get to wear my.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I have a full size MP5 under this.
Did you know I had a Draco under here?
Check it out. I have a Glock 17. I have a Draco. I'm carrying an MP5 because I can. No, but the other thing about it, when you're going out and you're doing your training and stuff like it, especially in the cold, you get pissed off with staples. So if you're tired of replacing worn out targets every session, buy TCRT targets, the self-healing, long-lasting solution built for real shooters like you. TCRT targets are self-healing, modular, and tough, built to take 400 plus rounds of 5.56 per square inch. They cut ricochets, set up fast, and last far longer than throwaway targets. Upgrade to TCRT targets today. The target that lets you train safer, longer, and more effective.
And apparently they withstand bear attacks.
Yeah, they're bear proof. As I have seen now, I'm like, all right, that is sold. It can stand a bear. It's kind of like the old. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Pretty much.
Yeah. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Well, you guys got anything else here before we start kind of winding down?
No, man. I'm just gonna reiterate, train while it's cold out, guys. I don't know where y'all from. I know up here it's a little chilly right now, and it's gonna get a little chillier. I think winter is actually set in South Dakota, and it's here for the long haul. So we're gonna have to go out and train eventually in it. So we might as well start. But guys, don't forget to train year round. And I don't want to steal Nick's thunder, so I'll shut up. Also, I'll tell you about Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co for all your patch going needs. They have the Patch of the Month Club. Please join it. It's awesome. Jake and the guys over at Patriot Patch do a fantastic job. Nick and Joe are holding up the patch and the sticker currently that is in this patch, or this month's
Yeah,
patch actually showed. There we go. Yeah, there we go.
Just showed up today.
So yeah, I have not got mine, so it's in the Monday box uptown. I need to go get it.
Yeah, with the OG Nintendo Zapper, Santa has it, looking like a Mario Kart.
It's pretty sweet.
I'm down for the struggle. Also, one other thing, I'm not sure if these are on his website, but we got some pretty sweet dump trays from Clucker Tactical as well.
I love it.
So yeah, the EDC dump trays. I got to get that from you. I'll probably pick it up tomorrow.
Yeah, well, I know you have some other stuff to.
Yeah, we got some other stuff to work about. But yeah, them are going to be nice. My wife's always yelling at me about the stuff on my end table being all scattered all over. I'm like, that's going to be perfect. Set it there, come home, take everything out.
My wife said I need like 6 of those. Because she goes, you need one like here and one over here.
One where you drop room.
Yeah, I could probably use a second one in my office too, but we'll worry about that later.
Yep.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for those, Clucker. We didn't even ask. He's just like, hey, what do you guys want? This? What else did he offer us? That or
I don't know, I just know we were both like dump trays.
I should have wanted whiskey, but he said no. So we took
we compromised.
Yeah, we'll take dump trays. But yeah, them are pretty nice looking. I like the Tapo.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
Go vote. You can vote every day until the 14th on the Gundies. Vote for us. Anybody else that you happen to know, there are so many categories, so many things. You can only vote for us or just vote for podcasts and vote for us. You do have to register to vote, or you can vote for every in every category. I can be honest with you, there are so many categories where I had no idea who the nominees were. But
I knew a handful, but not many.
I'm like at 6, maybe like where the maybe 6 of the categories where I knew somebody, and there might have been 1 or 2 extras in there. Mm-hmm. Some of them I'm like, is that I don't. Some of the nominees I thought were a stretch for the Gundies, but it is what it is. So please go help us, because there's a lot of big names that'd be fun to dethrone. On top of that, be nice to everybody in the 2A community.
Don't eat our own.
Yeah. Go bully the journalists, bully the media. Don't bully me because I said you need to gut your deer in the field. That was a fun comment section, but that's what I'm here for, is just to piss people off. So go like us, and it feeds our algorithm. So if you want to be mean to me, go ahead. Like, share our stuff, like, share the other people's. Hey, and check out the nominees. Maybe you can, go look at them and be like, hey, who is this? They look pretty cool. Like, one guy's on there with a cat, another guy with a goat. Go check them out. Maybe they got some pretty interesting stuff. So it's a great, if you don't vote for us, go at least go look at it and find the other, and just
Mitchell Defense is on there.
Yeah, Mitchell Defense.
Mitchell Defense on there. Rebels Raiders is a company who I'm actually kind of down with.
Patton's on there. John Patton's on there. Yeah, there's a lot of guys a lot of stuff out there. But go vote. It helps the community. It helps everybody else. And like I said, it gives you the opportunity to be like, hey, I'm just gonna check out this guy. I don't know anybody in this category, so I'm gonna look and see who's out there. Check them out.
Yeah, Garth, anything for you?
No, man, it's been another fun and enjoyable evening. So thanks everyone for hanging out with us. It's been fun.
Yeah. Well, guys, you know what's coming and you know what I'm about to say. Guys, we live in interesting times, and we never know what's going to happen. Remember that no one is coming to save you. You are your own first responder, and expect to self-rescue. Go out, get training, get medical training. And you folks out there, you stay safe and stay armed.